Hello and welcome to part 2 of Montsalvat. Last week we talked about the founder of Montsalvat, Justice Jorgensen, and the art scene at the time. This week we take a closer look at the estate of Montsalvat, how it was built and the purpose it has today. Hello and welcome to Artifacts of the Macquarie Collection. Almost all the buildings located around the grounds were built using reclaimed building materials, mainly from demolition sites coming out of the city of Melbourne, which was modernising at the time during the 1930s and 50s. Montsalvat is a perfect example of enthusiasm and teamwork, with a majority of the buildings built by hand. Justus was fascinated by the old buildings he saw during his travels through Europe and found the information about techniques such as mud brick and rammed earth extremely hard to come by. With Eltham being settled in the 1850s, the method of using mud brick was a common practice. The soil around the area was suitable and perfect for the type of texture needed for mud brick. Justus sent his student, Arthur Munday, to the State Library in Melbourne to research the technique. Arthur finally found the information in books of the ancient Roman historian, Pliny the Elder. At first, Montsalvat started with nothing more than a studio for Justus and his family and accommodation for his students. As the colony started to grow, more buildings established around the property, including the Bluestone Chapel, gatehouse and pool area, which looks like something out of an Italian villa. Probably the most striking building is the Great Hall. As Justus himself described it as Gothic, it is one of the largest buildings on the grounds, with its small corridors leading into a basement and large entertaining space. It's definitely a sight to see. It even has a gallery space upstairs which is accessible from the main hall or across the central lawn area. Works on the Great Hall began in 1938 with a local tradesman, Len Jarrod. Jorgensen originally designed a structure out of mud brick. However, during the excavation, a reef of stone was uncovered. After discovering the new material, Jorgensen decided to completely redesign the plans for the Great Hall. Fortunately, the Royal Insurance building that stood in Collins Street, Melbourne, was being demolished and allowed the Great Hall to gain its Gothic look through the reclaimed materials removed by the wreckers at the site. During World War II, Montsalvat had a number of students assist on the front line and the home front, which halted works done to the hall. After the war, the slate floor in the hall and the wooden walls above were put in place. Students were given the task of carving the corbels and other embellishments around the windows and doors as part of their training, and the hall was completed a short time later. If you find yourself in Eltham, it's worth having a look just to see it. Artists that worked out of Montsalvat were Arthur Munday, Ian Robertson, John Bust, Myra Skipper, Percy Leeson, Leonard French, Clifton Pugh, and Albert Tucker. Montsalvat is still very involved in the art community, with pottery classes, multiple painting classes, jewellery classes, music performances and art exhibitions as well. They even hold a Montsalvat Film Award for the Victorian College of Arts and a Nullenbick Prize for Contemporary Art. If you're into arts and architecture, with its rich history and involvement in the community, Montsalvat should certainly be on your list of places to visit. If you like art facts and history, follow some more content. My name's Adam McCurry and thank you for watching.